Oh, we're alone, baby. David Blaustein joins us. Good morning and happy holidays, David Blaustein.
Good morning to you, McGraw. Good morning to you, Kelly. I'm reporting to you live from my chalet.
Aha! Your chalet in the Upper West Side or in Westchester?
In Westchester.
Yes, near Chappaqua.
Near Chappaqua. That, relatively speaking, I guess.
You are closer than we are to Chappaqua.
Yes.
Considerably. That is true. Like I said,
right.
Relatively speaking, I am close to Chappaqua.
In the suburbs of Chappaqua. By the way, before we talk about today's movie, I must tell you that your review of Star Wars was spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, spot on. However, I wouldn't have given as many stars.
What?
Yeah, the first 90 minutes was not a Star Wars movie. The last half hour was Star Wars at its finest.
Well, the last half hour was amazing.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, the first part of it wasn't meant to be a Star Wars movie. I mean, they intentionally sort of distanced themselves. You know, it has the DNA of Star Wars, but it's not Star Wars. I mean, it was also missing an extremely important element of Star Wars, which is the crawl. I mean, They made it clear from the outset. They said, not only is this not a conventional Star Wars movie, we're not even giving you a crawl. So, yeah, they didn't want it to be like a regular Star Wars movie. Nothing about it felt like a Star Wars movie, you know, until the Grand Moff Fran Tarkington showed up. And
well, but right, I understand that, but
and then Darth Vader shows up. You know, they talk about Jedis, but you don't actually see a Jedi. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I know, I get it. But when you go to McDonald's and you want a Big Mac, they don't say, "Here's a new hamburger that's nothing like a Big Mac, but we're going to call it a Big Mac."
That is a terrible analogy.
All right, well, that's why you're the movie critic, and that's why you're
out. McDonald's. They're still giving you a hamburger that's from McDonald's.
That's why you're just
that's the point.
That's why you're just outside of Chappaqua, and we're not right outside of Chappaqua.
It's still part of the McDonald's franchise, is it not?
Yeah, you are right. You are correct. Yes. All right, let's talk. We got just enough time. What's this Passengers? The first half looks great, and then it turns into an alien movie. It looks like.
Well, you know, it's funny you should mention Passengers. Well, because it's coming out and I'm going to review it and it's on your sheet. But besides that, Passengers is a movie that I actually wanted to see. I had more of a desire to see that at one point than I did Rogue One. I wanted nothing to do with Rogue One at one point. I'm like, oh, all this Star Wars, it's exhausting. You're ruining my childhood. But as it turns out, it's a terrific movie. But Passengers has Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, two of the most likable actors in the world, in a sci-fi movie. I love sci-fi, and you know they're clearly in deep space, and they're going somewhere. I'm curious. I want to know what that's about, and what they are. They're on a ship called the Avalon. This takes place in the future, and they're going to a new colony in the future. The Earth, which is still sort of the epicenter of the universe, is overpopulated. So major corporations have mastered deep space travel, and they have found planets to populate. So everyone on board this ship, all 5,000 passengers, are taking a crack at a new life. But they have to go into deep hibernation because it's going to take 120 years to get there. And something happens to this ship. You know, kind of like the Titanic, the spaceship is indestructible, but something happens to the ship while it's on autopilot and everybody's sleeping, and this one pod gets disrupted, and that's Chris Pratt's pod. He wakes up and to find out that he woke up 90 years early, which is obviously a problem, and he can't go back to sleep. The only, his only recourse kind of, or his only comfort is that there is an android that's a bartender played by Michael Sheen that he can talk to. But after a year, Jennifer Lawrence's pod malfunctions too. I'm not going to tell you why, but malfunctions. And he has her, and they fall in love. And as they fall in love, the ship falls apart. Now, this movie actually is a morality tale more than it is a love story, and they don't focus enough on the morality tale, and that's disappointing because there were some surprises in this movie that I wasn't expecting based on the marketing. The marketing makes you believe that this movie is something other than what it actually is. And once I found that out, I was like, cool, where are they going to take this? And I didn't like what they did with it. It's still, visually arresting. It's a fun movie to look at, but overall, it's not a great movie. It's just okay. The ending is not nearly as satisfying as it should be, so 3 out of 5 stars.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, if you're going to be stuck in space for 90 years, better to be stuck with Jennifer Lawrence in
Or
space
Chris
for 9
Pratt.
years. So
Yeah, and they make sure you know that because they show both of them mostly naked. Quite a few. There's some gratuitous shots of both of them. And
All right.
I was deeply offended.
yes, that's what gave it another star for you.
Right.
All right, quickly, what's this Sing?
Well, Sing is a movie that was like genetically engineered in a lab to appeal to children. It's adorable animated animals singing familiar pop hits in a singing competition. So all things that little kids and people in general, human beings, are going to love. But you still have two better options. And again, I am a Disney employee. Disney's the parent company of ABC News. I work for ABC News, but I'm going to tell you that Moana is a terrific movie. I don't care who you work for. It's hard to deny that. And I also love Trolls. I think those two movies are considerably better than Sing. Having said that, little kids are going to love Sing, again, because it's cute animals singing pop songs. It doesn't matter what the plot is. It doesn't matter that the plot is really stupid, because it is. And that's just the way it is. And some parents are going to love it, too, because there are those familiar pop songs. So they'll be moving and bopping and dancing in their seats, and their kids are going to like it, and the parents are going to like it because their kids are going to like it. You can't see, but I'm moving and bopping in my seat, and I'm snapping my fingers right now. So, yeah, that's it's a winner. I didn't care for it. It's 2 out of 5 stars. I'm not enthusiastic about letting my kids see this because I don't want to have to sit through it again. But, again, it's a nice time for parents with their kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is David Blaustein, and he is with us each and every Friday. Has been doing so for years. David, thank you for all your work all these years. Happy Hanukkah to you and your family, and we look forward to more in 2017.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to both of you guys. Take care.
Same to
Yeah,
you.
be safe.
Bye-bye.
828 here, Big 550, KTRS. David Blaustein's a good guy.
He is. He is hilarious, too.
Just outside of Chappaqua Broadcasting. Well, he is. He's in Westchester,
Yes.
and Chappaqua is in Westchester. I heard he was.
So-
I heard he was walking the woods
he
trying to
gonna hang
find
with
Hillary.
Clinton?
He was walking in the woods trying to find Hillary. She has no Secret Service. She's just a regular person. So if you go to the Meninos in Chappaqua, you might run into Hillary.
Which is, and it's got to be odd. You have Secret Service, everyone. She's on the news every day, SNL.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you can walk out in the woods by yourself.
Was it John
in yoga
McCain
pants.
who said, he's like, boy, when they're finished with you, they're finished with
They
you.
really
You
are.
lose the election and they're like, see ya.
It's like an American Idol. Get all this stardom, and then
Right.
if you're voted off,
You lost. Pennsylvania, Trump, see you later. I mean,
Yeah.
and you're no longer in a bubble.
Yeah.
You're a regular person again.
Like one of us.
Yeah, 829, Big 550, KTRS.